Well, certainly the challenge this week is to get our young men, up and prepared for Murray State. They're in some preseason polls top 25, certainly right on the brink. A very quality football team. I think it's going to take a lot of character and mental toughness on our young men to go from playing an SEC school to now an Ohio Valley Conference school and not overlook them. With that said, Murray State is a very fine team. Offensively, they throw it around quite a bit. They've got one of the top quarterbacks at the Division I FCS level, and Casey Brockman, a fifth-year senior. He was the MVP, I believe, in the Ohio Valley Conference last year, and certainly preseason All-American. Defensively, very active out of their four down front. So we've got a huge challenge. We're not playing in Oxford, we're playing in Murray, Kentucky, and certainly they played Florida State last year, so they're looking for their first win. We're coming off a tough loss with Ole Miss, so we're looking for our first win, and hopefully our young men will respond in practice this week, and we'll have a great plan, and we'll go up there and play well. Chris Hatcher, their head coach, and I are first very good friends, and it's hard to have a lot of good friends in this business, but we are very good friends, and we speak quite a bit throughout the course of the year. Great respect for what he did at Valdosta State when we used to play those guys. They pretty much had the upper hand against us. He had a short stint at Georgia Southern. Now he's at Murray State, and he's doing some really good things at Murray State. We were fortunate in 2010 to beat him here in Conway, 21-20. We blocked a field goal late in the game. So I'm certain that he'll have his coaches and his troops ready to go and prepared. It's I guess for year-long bragging rights, whoever wins this between Coach Hatcher and myself. But it's a very important football game for both programs as we look to start establishing our identity here in 2012. Yeah, well, I think everyone's disappointed because we didn't finish the game with Ole Miss. We had a touchdown lead at halftime. We only found ourselves down one score in the fourth quarter, and we kind of let it get away from us. And we work awfully hard on third down situations during camp, and we didn't win the critical third down situations in the second half, and that's very important. And Ole Miss, give them credit, they took advantage of that. Their quarterback played at a very high level in Wallace, and so we came back and we looked at the really good things that we did. Certainly showed our young men the areas that we need to improve upon. And I think that they were in good spirits Sunday night for practice. Another hot and humid night, but we pushed through it, and it's supposed to be a hot week this week. So we're going to be challenged both mentally and physically to bounce back from a tough loss against Ole Miss. But we only have 11 regular season games, and this is week 2. So we need to get up against a very fine Murray State team. Yeah, absolutely. Each game brings its own set of unique experiences and values, and we learned a lot about ourselves, and most of it positive from our game with Ole Miss. But the season's set up with 11 games. You've got your preseason schedule as far as pre-conference games, and of course everything's about the conference and winning a conference championship. But when you start talking about postseason eligibility, all these Division I games become very important. At the end of the day, we need to get paid. And we worked really hard in camp. We fired a pretty good shot at Ole Miss. We came up short. Reasons that happened, we'll get those corrected, and we get a chance to get our first Division I win against Murray State this Saturday.